Time is not just minutes and hours. It is an indefinite, continued progress of existence and experience, connected to what has happened, what is yet to come, and now. You're coming too. Join us as we grow from a building channel to a sailing channel.
One day we'll be floating in the tropics, and I'll be drinking a margarita.
Our heading is set south, and our home-built boat is getting us there. Can't wait to show you guys. We're Salt and Tar, and this is our life. We're happy to share, and thanks for watching. I've seen so many sunrises this year, and there's something hopeful in the gradual warmth you feel. The day is beginning. We're headed back to civilization to rent a car and road trip to La Paz to help Reid pick up his next crew member after he helped clean Rediviva's dirty bottom.
We're flying. Doing 3.7, 3.8, and we're like hardly above idle. Wow. I knew we slowed down. I didn't know we slowed down that much.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
a big difference.
Yeah.
And we're off.
The morning was glassy, but the best was yet to come.
Just barely cracked off the wind, but we're still sailing nearly 45 degrees to the wind. She's doing good.
With a clean bottom.
And we're
both sides clean.
We're going to weather, and she's doing good. Maintaining just about 4 knots, maybe slightly under. I could raise the staysail, that would definitely help. But it would be more efficient just to have a nice big headsail off the end of the bowsprit out of a lighter weight material, because the staysail is just such a heavy canvas, because it's also like a storm sail.
You know, at some point when we could have a bunch of different type of like hank-on head sails, it would be really cool to play with different things, collect them over the years, because this is just, we're not even a full year cruising yet.
Just shy.
We're like, yeah, 2 weeks shy of 1 year since we left the dock in Napa, which is crazy. It really doesn't feel like it's been a year. Actually, I haven't even given that any thought till just now.
I'm gonna stop being lazy and raise the staysail.
Yeah, you lazy bum.
We have 2 symmetrical spinnakers now, but we'll only fly them in conditions under 10 knots. To be fully prepared for all conditions, calm to storm, we have many more types of sails we could add to Rediviva's wardrobe.
Oh, that's a beautiful sight. Oh, 4.5! That's a solid knot, Garrett.
That's crazy.
5!
What?
Yeah. Our heading's not where we want, but
Yeah.
and you can see where we picked up the wind. It's been flat all the way, but we wanted to keep close to Isla Carmen here, so we knew that the wind was coming like this eventually today. heading to Escondido, but we just hoisted the staysail and the wind vane kind of took us out that way, and she just really would rather be on a beam reach. Oh, we're starting to heel.
We've been playing around in the Loreto National Park Island Group, but we'll leave the boats safe on a mooring in Escondido, while we drive what took us a leisurely 2.5 months to sail in under 4 hours to La Paz to pick up Kinsey, Reid's new crew, boat parts, groceries, and of course, grab some tacos.
You can see the windows of Escondido, so we have to go around that little point, and Escondido's perfectly tucked right behind there.
Water on her hull.
One of my favorite things is to come down below and hear the silence when we're under sail. If it weren't for the oven, you'd never even know we were underway. The wind had pushed us west, off our course, so we tacked, which gave us the opportunity to cross paths with I Mua and enjoy this full sail afternoon, zigzagging back and forth around each other.
Washing the top sides. Our heading is almost perfect after our second tack.
We neared the entrance to the harbor, and Garrett wanted to try something we haven't done yet.
I'm being a dork. Ruth thinks I'm being a dork. Oh yeah, look at that slick. Oh yeah. It's all slicky. Well, I'm actually a bit ashamed to say this is our first time heaving to in Rediviva. I'm definitely adamant on practicing heaving to on any new boat because all boats heave to differently, but you know the story. We finished the boat and set sail, and everything has just been kind of full blast since then. But I mean, I've hove to on a bunch of boats and I'm very familiar with the concept. But disclaimer over. Finally decided to just give it a try, and as you would expect with a big, heavy, full keel gaffer catch rig, she heaves to like a dream. I've just got the mizzen up, got the helm lashed over, and I've got tiny little double reef staysail backed, and yeah, she's locked in nicely. I think we could go without any head sail at all and just heave to with the mizzen. I think she would do great, of course, depending on the wind conditions. Have to play with variations, but oh, this is nice. We had a kick-ass sail today, doing well over 5 knots, 5.5 knots to windward the whole time. Almost putting the rail under. That was exciting. She sailed beautifully today. I think after nearly a full year of sailing Rediviva, I think I'm just now finally starting to get in tune with her. Because although yes, I have sailed a lot of different boats, this is the first time that we've cruised full time on a gaffer. I've sailed catch rigs and a lot of other, you know, heavy full keel boats, but this is the first. I've sailed gaffers before, but never like this, never full time. So it's a lot of things that are different, a lot of things to get used to. I'm really getting her to sail. I'm getting her to sail beautifully, and I am actually becoming very impressed with her as a sailboat. She's always been a good boat, but I just have to figure out how to bring her full potential out. But that's happening, and it's been really fun.
Yeah, I think the more practice you get, just the more comfortable you get with, you know, how the boat's going to react. You can almost sort of guess or know what's coming next.
Yeah.
And so also that means we're reefing less early, slightly less often, but also, you know, looking at the forecast, then we know when for sure we want to reef and when we don't. So it's kind of like we're getting to play around, experiment even more, and a little less timidly.
Yeah, I think I definitely feel like I'm to that point where I'm a lot more comfortable, and I think that's the reason why it has taken like almost an entire year to start to get in tune with the boat, because it's not just like we bought a new boat, hopped on it, and have to learn how to sail a new boat. That's one thing, but having built the entire boat from scratch, there's a whole other period, a transitional period that I feel that I had to go through of just getting to the point where I was comfortable and confident with the boat, and that I wasn't, you know, pretty nervous to sail her hard and just think of like, okay, is she gonna hold together? Is she taking on water? What's the rigging looking like? Is everything okay? And so because of that, I sailed her very, very cautiously for a long time. And I still sail her cautiously, but I'm getting a lot more comfortable, and also we're finding out how much she loves the wind and how much she'll get up and go when she's got it, and I'm falling in love with the mizzen. The more that I'm getting used to this thing and feeling how the boat reacts, yeah, the mizzen is such a great sail.
I think it's awesome you wanted to heave too, and because yeah, we haven't done it yet on Rediviva at all. And just something else to mention, when we left almost a year ago, we skipped sea trials. Like, we took the boat out and we're like, oh yeah, she's a boat. She's a boat things.
It floats.
Let's go. And we were just so ready on the inside, but also by sort of jumping the gun a little bit without, you know, fully sea trialing the boat and just getting ourselves back into practice, we went straight into cruising. so we haven't really had fun just trying out all these different things. So, and now we're in the perfect playground. The Sea of Cortez is like the perfect little playground.
I'm going to ease the headsail and bear off and head into Escondido before Ruth makes fun of me for being too much of a dork.
You're a dork.
With the boats tucked in, we hit the road, and no road trip with sailors is complete without stopping at the hardware store, dive shop, and marine supply. Banks are also few and far in between in Baja, so we stocked up on some cash and found a hotel to crash for the night. While Reid ran to the airport, we got to chill. Now that the gang's all here, we had a few more items to hunt for, trying to keep the boat well stocked with supplies for when Garrett gets bored.
The essentials. I'd open that, but I can't.
Snacks and provisions check, then we got back on the road. We get out of Escondido for the last time this season. It's June 1st, marking the start of the hurricane season, and it was time to get further north. Unlikely to see any storms till maybe August, we're still in no rush, so we simply pop around the corner.
We just left Escondido and taking a short little trip around the corner to an anchorage with a name that I cannot pronounce. And it's really close, but the wind is so nice that we just kind of did a big kind of loop around to get a little bit more sailing in. We're just heading straight in there to that little beach. We might have some Coramel winds tonight, some stronger westerly winds. So out in here hopefully will be better than out on the islands. It would kind of blow into the anchorages out there, but it should be a nice offshore wind. The only thing that we got to keep in mind is we're picking up my mom in Woolahay in like 10 days.
We separated from Reid for a few days, as he chose to head for the islands to meet up with friends, but we'll reconnect and hop together to Bahia Concepcion for a little family reunion. Garrett preps our anchor for another first aboard Rediviva.
This is exciting. This is our first time bringing Rediviva into anchor under sail alone. Finally getting more comfortable sailing the boat, getting much more comfortable with just kind of how she reacts and figuring out mainly how to get her balance properly. We're sailing with just the mainsail and she's actually sailing really nicely, really responsive with just the main. It's the perfect, well, it seems like a perfect cove to try this out for our, I mean, we sailed engineless down to Mexico in 2010, so we used to be long-term engineless cruisers, but it's been a while, and that was on a much lighter, much more nimble boat. Rediviva is a very different animal. This seems like a really good cove to try it on. It's nice and open. Nobody else is here. Just gonna sail in towards the beach until we see about 20 feet of water, and I'm gonna round her up, drop the hook.
Out where time seems to fade, where your maps are no good.
Yeah, we're at 19 and a half now.
Let the main loose a little bit.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please consider giving us a like or leaving a comment and subscribe so we can do it again next week.
Mud on your boots tell the story of where you've been. Travel, beat up, warning with settled soul. Trust your gut.